My wife actually found it on, I think probably on Volunteer Cornwall or somewhere online.
It's nice to be able to supply the local community with freshly picked vegetables of really good quality.
I enjoy meeting people, asking about where they've come from, what they're doing, a bit about their life. I think it keeps you a bit refreshed really, a bit kind of connected to people.
Bosavern Community Farm came about from local people wanting allotments, and they were looking around for land and they couldn't find a field for allotments, but they did find a whole empty farm. So the allotments were kind of the basis on which we grew the whole project. We now have a whole field full of allotments. I think there's 25 or 28 allotments, and they're all rented by local families, local people. I started there in August 2010, and there was one polytunnel which was empty, and it was an empty farm. It had been empty for 18 months, and from then on, from that small beginning where there was nothing growing and nothing to sell, we pretty much started from scratch, myself and a small group of volunteers. There were times in those 13 years where we didn't know if the farm was going to survive. I remember one time in the kitchen it was like, should we plant those leeks? Is there any point in planting those leeks? Will we harvest them? Will we just put them in the ground and then have to leave? And I was like, come on, we'll plant those leeks. And we put them in. The lottery application came through. Eventually we bought the land, and we're still here. Volunteers are vital to the running of the farm, because we're a not-for-profit community organisation. There's not much money here. We have a small number of paid staff, and the rest we rely on volunteers.
We moved back into Penzance from the wilds above Marazion just a few years ago. And it's brilliant because everything is there, including, of course, the sea, literally just down the road. I've always swum, always used to be a bit of a fair weather swimmer. Summer, had to be warm, had to be at least 18 degrees. And then I think 2 winters ago, maybe 3 winters ago, between us, we just decided we were going to give it a go right through the year. I went part-time with work, so I had a couple of days free, and I wanted to do something that gave me some exercise really. So the first thing really was to get, to keep fit and keep well, and to meet new people, different people that I'd not met, would not normally meet. That's the problem here. I know, it's nice down there, but you're a long way from anywhere. But I also look after the market sometimes, Senham Market. Senham Market has been running for years and years and years, and it is regarded as one of the best and most vibrant markets in the area, and it really is. It's a nice mix for me. Sometimes I'll do the market, sometimes I'll work on the farm. The main thing is, I suppose, it's different from the work I've done since I was a young boy.
So many choirs in this area. Music, obviously, clearly a big part of the culture, as is art. Unto this land, my heart I see, to always love and cherish as my own. It's said when people sing together that their heart rhythms synchronise, and I think that's a lovely thing to be mindful of when you're singing with others. There is a connection, it brings people together. My soul, I came knocking on the shop door looking to pick fruit, but there wasn't any fruit, but I saw a sign outside the door saying volunteers, looking for volunteers, always welcome, and I thought that would be a nice thing to do. So I sort of had a chat with Hugh, the head grower, and signed up then and there. So I've been here nearly a year now. Picking and packing on Thursdays. Tends to work out at the moment that I'm sort of picking in the mornings and packing in the afternoons. It's a very relaxed environment. We have our jobs to do and our targets to meet, but it's a lovely and friendly place to work. It's completely stress-free.
And we went there, and it was just so, because my son was 9, it was really good for him to learn. And I thought,
Veg box, here we go.
Oh, beautiful veg. Thank you.
See you then.
Yeah, see you, Richard. Thanks.
Jan and I said, that's my wife, Jan, that looks like good fun. We were both retired. Why don't we go along? So we went along. We were taught 2 or 3 little chords that you do very well with, and that was it. It's really, really enjoyable, and I really enjoy doing it. And it's something that we do together, and it's something that it's expanded. And we started off with 1 ukulele each, and I think we've now got about 3 each, maybe even more. I had heard about it, and in fact I used to come and buy eggs here quite a few years really, because the eggs were so good. Buy a bit of food as well. And then I came up, it would have been at the start of the pandemic, the first lockdown, and there was a sign up saying, volunteers needed, and a little chat to you. So I decided I would volunteer 1 morning a week, and initially I did. I fed the chickens and collected eggs, and I did that I think for about 18 months. Climbing in and out of the huts proved to be too much, so I told you I couldn't do it, and he said, well, would you fancy doing the shop? So I moved to the shop after that and worked in the shop 1 morning a week. I think one of the most things I enjoy, believe it or not, is meeting people, but actually meeting younger people, because as a teacher I spent all my life around younger people, so to have an experience where I'm still meeting younger people, I mean younger than me, it's kind of quite enjoyable really, and you meet customers, and it's a lovely place to work.
half the work on the farm is by local volunteers, half the work on the farm is by volunteers who come through the WWOOF website. WWOOF is an acronym, and it stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. And it started in the 70s in the UK, and now it's grown into an international organisation. People come from all over the world, and I did woofing when I was younger. It's a great way of learning about farming and getting involved in the local community. It's also a great way for the local community here to meet people from all over the world. We've had Brazilians, Argentinians, Japanese, Chinese, a lot of British, Irish, a lot of Europeans. It's mainly Europeans, but we've got an American at the moment, North American, and a Mexican. I started playing the cornet, I think I was 7, up in school in Blackpool, where I was brought up. I started playing the cornet then. We play concerts out in the local area. We were playing in the centre of town, up in St Just recently in the Plain and Quarry. We play outside the co-op. We do tea treats for the local church, where the community get together for a picnic and we go and play for them. I did have some wilderness years as a trumpet player, about 20 of them, and I've come back now to brass band playing where my heart is.
Thank you very much.
I'm Yerin from South Korea, and I'm currently volunteering in Bosavern community farm, and it's my 4th time here. Normally in Korea I work for a few months, and then I travel for another few months. I love this part of Cornwall. I think it's really beautiful and it's nice and relaxed. I really enjoy living with people, especially from all the different countries. So hopefully I can come back soon.
See you later, guys.
Over this last year, some people working at the farm, volunteers and woofers, have started coming to my classes, and I love that. It's great. Or you might want to do it with the leg long. Yoga means so many different things to different people. So some people want a strenuous workout and some people want to just deeply relax and meditate. And what I've learned over the years is that I love all of it, and my classes draw on lots of different strands of approaches to yoga. So I teach 2 classes. One is gentle, and sometimes we don't even get off our backs, and another class which requires more physical fitness. I call that a Hatha flow class. The day when I come to the farm on a Tuesday is split in 2. In the morning I work with everyone else in the fields, and that's great. But then after lunch I've been asked to start helping with the veg box scheme. So I go into the office and work on the veg box orders. So I'm plugging in data to spreadsheets and stuff like that. It's very different. My husband and I moved down to live in this part of Cornwall. We found out about this farm and I thought, actually I really, really like the look of it. I'm really impressed by what happens here. And so I just decided to volunteer on a Tuesday, mainly to learn about the veg and the whole annual process of of growing and harvesting. But it's actually turned out to have a lot more other positives than that. And I think it's partly like working with the earth, working with the soil and the plants in this beautiful setting right near St Justin, right near the coast. So there's other volunteers like me. There are the WWOOFers, who are an international crew of people. So I think if you're interested in the land, if you're interested in sustainable agriculture, it's just a great opportunity.
It's not all about heavy farm labouring, although there is that, and if you really like digging, hoeing, please do come. But we have people helping in the farm shop. Our farm shop is mainly run by volunteers, 6 days a week. We have people manning the stalls at the farmers markets. We have an amazing tree group who are up in the woodland nearly every Sunday of the year. We also have people in the background up in the office. I think there's something here for everybody. I don't think we'll ever get to that point where we're 100% satisfied with what there is here, because it's an ongoing process. It's very organic, very dynamic. It depends on the people involved and what the local community want us to do.